What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lucid Rob. If this is your first time here, thanks for coming. Give the video a like if you like the video. Give the video a subscribe if you like the video. And if if you're coming, so dumb. If you're coming back, thanks for coming back, man. Today we're gonna watch some creepy TikTok videos, and yeah, let's get into it.
These are videos you can never watch at night. We all know how there's some videos where you just can't watch them at night because they're that scary. Well, in this series, I'll be showing you all of those videos. So, be ready to get terrified.
Who are you? Please let me in. Huh? Please help me. What? What's wrong with you? Did what? It took my daughter.
Well, I know I'm not sleeping after watching that video. This video has been going viral recently and nobody knows the origins of it. It shows what appears to be a ghostly woman standing outside of some man's window at night. And she says something took her daughter and did this to her. But nobody knows what that is. The man who uploaded the video hasn't updated anybody on if he's seen her again, or if he's okay, leaving people to worry about him. But I can't imagine looking out my window at night and seeing this.
I don't know what that was, man. If it was someone in a mask or just some weird thing. All I know is that if that thing pops up outside my window, it's getting karate chopped real quick. Karate chopped that shit out of that thing.
You're not gonna believe what this guy accidentally caught on camera. Watch carefully. Did y'all see that? It's a pale humanoid figure lurking in the background. Bro encountered like Slender Man or something. Let me know what you guys think this is in the comments below.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I am karate chopping everyone. Everyone. Karate chops.
And it's mostly just a big ball of lava. That's Earth. But 10,000 feet is not a big deal.
Have you given any consideration whatsoever to the flat Earth movement?
Haha. I think that's a troll situation.
Oh, it's not. No, it's not. You would like to think that because you're a super genius. But I, as a normal person, I know there's people way dumber than me. And they really, really believe. They watch YouTube videos which go on uninterrupted and spew out a bunch of fucking fake facts very eloquently and articulately. And they really believe. These people really believe.
I mean, if it works for them, sure. Fine.
Weird though, right?
I don't believe the earth is flat, personally, but there's a lot of weird shit that I can't explain, and a lot of weird shit that seems to be explained by the flat earth theory. So I don't know. What do you think?
All right, someone explain this to me. You see these two rainbows here, all right, which are coming from the reflection of this corner and this corner of the glass. Just like this one is here as well, coming from that corner, as well as this one coming from that corner. So when we see a rainbow outside in the sky, shaped like this, where is that coming from? The only explanation would be if we were to have some form of rounded glass structure above us. If you've never heard of the firmament, look up the firmament and research and educate yourself.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works. But, I mean, dude's got a throat tattoo, so respect, brother.
That was Satanism. It's working on I made a pact. The movie came out so well. No, it's not, but really dealing with, you know, you've told.
I mean, he could have been kidding, just based on like how taboo all this stuff has come from. Like, you know, in order to be successful, you have to sell your soul. Then again, he could be telling the truth.
This guy claims he's from the future.
My name is Adam Archon, and I am a time traveler.
Adam Arkham claims to be a time traveler from the year 2045. So he was sat down for a lie detector test, and every question he was asked came true. Most of the questions were about 2045, and what he said was disturbing, yet kind of interesting. He claimed that everyone would have chips in their hand for identification and payment.
I do have an implanted chip in my hand known as the One.
Now what's crazy is that's already happening now already. He also claims that the world will be ruled under one law, one world order.
In 2030, all of the world's countries converge into one supernation.
And that in his time, they successfully cloned and regenerated dinosaurs and have dinosaur zoos. This is interesting because already right now, they are starting the process of bringing back woolly mammoths.
It is true that aliens did land on Earth in August 2028.
So what do you think? Is he lying or telling the truth?
I don't know, man. A lot of that stuff is already coming true, like I said in the video. And it definitely seems like everything's trying to go toward a one world government. But honestly, man, if you're going to travel back in time, why would you come and travel back to 2023?
What's the significance of UFOs? Like,
they're not coming from, well, I should say it this way. The significance of UFOs is multiple parts, but number one, it's not what you think it is. It's not coming from other planets. The evidence doesn't suggest that.
Interdimensional.
Yes, and the reason is because time is parallel. It's not linear, or it's not like we start here and go forward in time. Time is side by side, which means everything in the past and the future is existing in this moment, but within different frequencies. So a civilization that's at the end of their technological cycle could build a submarine that changes its voltage and materializes in that same location, just into our timeline. And then fucking, it's crazy.
That was well articulated. I like that.
So there's a consciousness aspect to this. Like, you have to think of like, consciousness is like, it's like the mind of God, you know? It's not a dude in a toga with a crown of thorns making Jupiter. You know, it's like everything you see is one band of frequencies. The highest frequency is light, unified mind. The lowest frequency would be blackness, absence of love, absence of whatever. And physical matter is somewhere right in the middle, right? So you have the ability to tune up higher or tune down lower, and behavior and all these things and time, and it all fucking comes together. But what it means also is that your brain is what's called a transducer. You're an antenna. Consciousness.
That's what I was saying to
Duncan Trussell.
Yeah, Duncan Trussell.
So you create matter. And when you think something, it creates it. And you're not reactionary to your environment. You're actually proactive, and you just don't know it. So it really matters what you choose to see and feel, because that's literally what's being created for you. And people don't know this shit. So when you're like really into some crazy shit, the universe will start creating things, and we just think it's paranormal. Yeah. Like, for example, at UCLA, they were studying poltergeist events, and they found out that you can see a book move on the shelf and it scares you. But if you see a book move on the shelf and it scares the shit out of you, that book will then fly off the shelf and try and hit you. So the more scared you get, the more shit starts happening. And they didn't know why. Well, the reason is you're a transducer of your environment. You're an antenna plugging into all these frequencies, and once you go, oh, that book is moving, it'll move.
Yo, that's crazy. I actually read something a long time ago that was talking about how like energy basically repeats itself. Like, it can't be like created or destroyed. So if, like, say 100 years ago, someone were to like wave their hand, like right here, like I'm doing right now, like 100 years from now, if there's a bookshelf right here, that energy could just kind of, I don't want to say recharge. I don't know what the word is. But basically just like replicate, right? Just like do it over again. And that energy 100 years from now could like knock that bookshelf off, or knock the book off the bookshelf. So I don't know much more about that. It just reminded me of that, so I thought I'd share it.
Y'all, I am freaking out right now. There's a lot of unexplained things going on in the ocean right now. Hold on real quick. I do not trust them. Just watch this real quick for me.
You get to Mars by going through the ocean. You can't get to the bottom of the ocean because outer space is the ocean.
Now, what she just said just blew my mind. Now, there's a situation called the firmament. So we know that water is all around us. And it is said that this dome divided the sea into upper and lower sections. You can't cancel this out because they still haven't discovered 80% of the sea. Early civilizations believed that the ocean and the stars above were linked. I mean, just look. Mayan, Norse, Hindu, Hebrew, all of them. Now we already know what spacesuits look like, but they look exactly like sea suits. I know once in your life you've heard of the Bermuda Triangle. Planes and people going missing in the ocean. There are black holes in the ocean. And I just know once in your life you've heard about sea monsters. When you see a comet, it looks like a boat soaring through water. What if these unexplained species in the ocean are actually aliens? If y'all have ever watched this movie Underwater, they went too deep and found the creature that don't even look like it's supposed to be from this earth. Or could it have just been a creature from space? Now you can say what you want, but I bet you we are not the only beings, only species, only creatures that are in this universe. It's just ironic that when they return to Earth, they're on water. I mean, I know I'm not tripping. And I know y'all heard of mermaids. So many unexplained things in the ocean. They're making more discoveries in space. Not really putting too much money or caring about what's going on the planet. Why? Because this sea stuff might have a lot of connections to space. And they not telling us. Y'all be safe, and I know I'm not the only person who feel this way.
Yo, I don't know enough about the ocean or outer space to comment on that, but coming from somebody who can't swim very well, that's terrifying.
Greatest story never told, the mud flood reset. This is part 2.
Pictures from the middle 1800s show the digging out of this mud flood in partially buried communities. Even today one can see buildings with the lower floor and its windows beneath ground level. Some of the recently dug out former streets which are underground are now tourist attractions. The Paris catacombs are the remains of people killed in the early 1800s by energy weapons. Cities across America have a date of conflagration and destruction where most of the old buildings were destroyed. The new controllers want the memory of the old culture removed. Look more closely at the old buildings in your town. Evidence of Tartarian work abounds. Are there old stone buildings with perfect symmetry and remarkable detail? That may have been converted to a city hall? Engineering marvels with marble pillars that are now federal buildings. Elaborate and lavishly ornamented buildings in big cities that now have the name of some corporation. What happened was the Freemasons came and took control of the Freemasonry. Are there statues or towers that seem out of place and are too skilled in craftsmanship for the early pioneers? Old mansions with elegant, efficient and highly elaborate energy radiators that are mistaken for fireplaces? Are the support pillars of old bridges arc-shaped consisting of big stone blocks? You can also see remnants of the old culture from large carved stones that are just lying around. And if they're tall and smooth on each side, maybe they were once obelisks. Do you ever wonder how towns and cities could spring up so fast in the late 1800s when America was supposed to be still in Wild West mode? The truth is the cities were already built. Only in the later 1800s did most of these vacant cities get repopulated. But some areas like the Bronx in New York remain empty and the excuse was urban decay. Who's the richest and most influential people in your town? Chances are they had ancestors who were given vast tracts of land because of their connections to the new controllers. Nepotism is the rule and favoritism is being played out. The word nepotism is derived from nephew, which originally meant the illegitimate sons of the Pope whom had privileges and offices conferred upon them. Presidents are selected, not elected, and are all related to each other.
Honestly, the more I learn about Tartaria, the more interested I become in architecture. Like 3 years I could be building houses. I keep watching these videos.
As the plane soared above an unfamiliar region in China, a passenger gazed out of the window, capturing a captivating video. A sense of awe and curiosity filled the air as the passenger's camera focused on a peculiar sight, a disc-shaped object, about the size of a small car, effortlessly gliding in parallel to the airplane, near one of its wings. The crispness of the video allowed the viewer to perceive the details of the disc distinctly. As seconds passed, an intriguing occurrence took place. The mysterious object seemed to activate a device of some sort, creating a mesmerizing effect. Space and time itself appeared to fold around the disc, as if the laws of physics were being bent to its will. The passenger's video captured the surreal moment in all its glory, a testament to an encounter that defied conventional understanding. As the object sped away from the aircraft, its velocity accelerated to a staggering 24,000 miles per hour, leaving an indelible impression on the mind of the witness.
That's the kind of shit that need to be playing on the news if they want us to believe in this alien shit.
September 2018, the Mediterranean Sea. An F-18 is approaching the deck of the carrier USS Ford. It looks like a pinpoint precise landing, but then...
As it goes to touchdown, we actually see a triangular-shaped UFO, like something that would be right out of an alien movie. and you're like, whoa. Let's rewind that.
I don't know about that video, but I am 100% positive that we've been reverse engineering stuff that we found. What do you think?
I was watching this documentary today. It's a new James Fox documentary about a UFO landing in Brazil in 1996. Holy shit, it's incredible. I had no idea that there's a city called Varginha in Brazil, and in 1996, according to everyone who was there, according to medical records of people who were there, they blocked off, the military came in, cordoned off the area, they recovered a crashed UFO. And there was living creatures that people came in contact with. And one of them was this tiny little thing that this guy carried. And he carried it to wherever they were going to examine it. And when he carried it, he got whatever was on its skin. It had like a slippery kind of skin. It got into his body and infected him. And he wound up with this horrible general infection. He wound up dying. His body shut down. His immune system shut down. His body didn't know what the fuck to do with this alien thing that he was interacting with. There's real records of this guy contacting this thing, grabbing it, carrying it in. All these people witnessed it, and then this guy winds up with this insane infection shortly thereafterwards. That's all documented too, all of his medical records.
So now you're saying we can't fuck the aliens? Bro, how much worse can this year get? I'm over it. Damn it!
Creepiest things scientists have ever found on Google Earth. Scientists have found something scary on Google Images.
Well, during the initial investigation, the agent who was studying the swarm noticed something out in the water.
Okay, kind of a speck.
Yeah, well, at this resolution, it's a speck. When they zoomed in, though, they got this.
It's a little fuzzy, but I'd say that's a shark.
And not just any shark. If you look at this other satellite photo I brought, it was taken at the same resolution of a school bus yard in nearby Sao Paulo. Now, those are 40-foot buses, and when you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
All right, let's ask the obvious first question here. Do you really think that this is the same animal that was spotted 2 months earlier on the other side of the ocean at Cape Verde?
Look, that's a 3,000-mile trip, and, you know, it sounds like a lot, but great whites have been tracked going 1,500 miles in a month. So for Megalodon, that would be nothing. Also, sharks are known to revisit old haunts. Great whites, for instance, have been tagged leaving the east coast of the U.S., going on a random winding trip through the North Atlantic, and then returning a year later, almost to the day, to the same spot that they were tagged. So similar behavior from Megalodon makes complete sense.
If, indeed, this is Megalodon.
Well, I was going to go to the beach this weekend, but you can cancel those plans.
If you see someone behaving like that, run, even if it's your own mother. Her mom had been acting very strange over the past few days, so she ultimately decided to film her. What she captured is truly terrifying. Look at her eyes. Unfortunately, the end of the story is even more terrifying. After capturing the video, she encouraged her mother to go to bed. However, after about 30 minutes, she began to hear odd noises and found that her mother was no longer in her room. So she decided to search for her in the woods nearby the house. I will show you now what she discovered. You can see her mother, or rather, what she had transformed into, but her mother didn't seem to recognize her anymore.
Nope. Nope. Bruh.
Government conspiracies that actually turned out to be true. Make sure you check out part 1 about the heart attack gun. In this video, we're gonna talk about the Dead Baby Project. Now, this was called Project Sunshine, which is a really messed up name, and you'll realize why after I tell the story. So the original theory was that the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. And the truth is, the government was stealing parts of dead bodies. But they specifically needed young tissue, so they were stealing from dead babies. These were all recently deceased babies or children, and they would take samples of their tissue and sometimes even their limbs. Each of these were collected without permission from grieving families. They did this to over 1,500 grieving families. It could be more, we'll just never know.
Man, I don't even know what to say to that. That is wild. and sad and crazy, but honestly not surprising. All right, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. That's the end. If you like, thanks again. If it's your first time watching and you made it through the end, I appreciate the hell out of you. And if you're a returning viewer or a subscriber, thank you so much for the support. You were awesome. And until next time, see you soon.